time for Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra. The show offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions. And now, here's Dr. Carmen Harra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live Now, the show that offers you guidance to live now and stop doubting. Stop doubting about the things that don't go right into your life, and let's work together to make them move in the right direction. As you know very well, my name is Dr. Carmen Harra, and I'm live every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on KMET, 1490 a.m., affiliated to ABC Radio. This is a program that I really enjoy. It's a show that I love doing for you. It's a calling show. So you're very welcome to join the show. You have a number to call in, 951-922-3532. I'm going to repeat, 951 area code 922-3532. Feel free to join us and share your opinions. Every week I try to have a different topic. Try to come up with things that are significant for you to acknowledge, things that can help you look at your life from a different perspective, find resolutions to all of the problems in your life. But today I decided to talk to you about one topic that I really love, and I know many of you are always wondering if you're able to find your soulmate, or if you found your soulmate, or if your significant other, your husband, your fiancé is actually your real soulmate. And the question comes, how do we really know? How can we find that person in our life? And I wrote an article on the Huffington Post many years ago that was very well received, because the concept was the 10 elements of soulmate. What does it really mean to be with a soulmate? I think that dissociate sort of an ordinary relationship from a soulmate relationship. But actually, I'm going to try to talk to you today about different types of relationship. Now, I wrote many books on relationships, analyzing psychological issues that happen between partner. And because I did marriage counseling for many years in my office in New York, and I always like to guide people to find their right match. Even my last book called Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the 7 Archetypes is actually a book that helps you define a concept that exists in psychology for a while, has been actually introduced by Carl Jung, the concept of archetypes. Archetypes, the idea in itself, defines our personality traits, our skills, our abilities, the way we manifest ourselves, our characteristic, and as I said, primarily our personality traits. What's interesting is that there are different personality traits, there are different archetypes. And as I said, Carl Jung was inspired by the theory of form 2,500 years ago, originally discovered by Plato. So he was inspired, and he used this philosophy in defining the concept of archetypes. Now, there are major types of archetypes. The books, my book and many other books try to talk about the way we express ourselves. But my book gives you an interesting perspective. Which archetype matches which archetype? So that's why I want you to consider, if you're single or if you don't know if you're in the right relationship, reading much more about the concept of archetype, because then you understand who are you engaged with, who are you married to, who are you dating. And going this way, you actually easily anticipate. It's almost like you predict for yourself, is this the person for me or not? Can I have a life with a narcissist, with a workaholic, with a hopeless romantic? Who's my best match? I also wrote a book. So this is my last book. I'm going to show it to you, because we have always possibilities to be on camera. So Committed is my newest book. Actually, my newest book is coming very soon. So this book came last year. I have a book soon that also puts the whole idea of relationship from a different perspective. I combine two interesting concepts. And my new book is also a book on relationship, but from a total different way of defining relationship overall. So I always find new ways, try to be kind of interesting in what I'm trying to bring to you, and help you sort of, I should say, define who you are, where you stand, and helping you, understand the trajectory of your life, especially of your love life. But my book before Committed was called The Karma Queen's Guide to Relationship. It was actually a TV show originally created by Bravo. It didn't air, just briefly, because it was not well pitched, which can happen, unfortunately for us. But in this book, I talk about different types of relationship. Is something that we all should know, that there is not only one type of relationship, there are different types of relationship. And during the show today, I'm going to try to help you understand which relationship is which relationship are you in, and help you understand how significant it is to know in which relationship you are right now, so that you have a very clear understanding whether this is going to work for you, not work for you, and how can you actually make it work. So if you want to talk to me about your relationship, if you want to talk to me about your marriage, if you want to talk to me about any problems you might have, even including your health, feel free to call me. I told you this is a calling show, so you're very welcome. You're invited to participate. I greatly appreciate your participation, because in this way, we learn from each other, and I can be at service. I can be instrumental in helping you. Number to call in again, 951-922-3532. But nothing has power over us like love, as we know. We're very susceptible in life to our feelings. But our emotions sometimes interfere with our logic, and I hope that you agree with me. When this happens, we don't really see the reason of some situation the way they happen. On the contrary, we allow ourselves to be dominated, to be led by our feelings, and that's when we make a lot of mistakes, because the reasoning it is not there in many cases, and only the emotions, and sometimes negative emotion, take over. As we know very well, we all want to be stable. We want stability. We want a partner who is in our life forever. We want to share a deep bond with another human being. These are the things that we need. But we become heavily involved in relationships that can be just temporary, or that are not really meant to happen. And we're very stubborn to make things happen. How should I say? We feel a sort of a profound desire to give and to receive, which is actually defines our existence, the root of our existence. And we are biologically designed to fall in love. So it's natural that we pair with somebody in this world. So all of these feelings are natural. And many times we jump very easily to the people telling us that they love us without, as I said, thinking too much. We just, one of the problems we have in life, we act without thinking, or we think without acting. So I'm playing with the words, but this is the reality that comes through in love. So the beauty of making a decision that is the right decision should be always taken into consideration. Many times it's easier said than done. But when we actually realize we're not completely happy in our relationship, it's very hard to actually end the relationship. And it's much harder than it was to begin a relationship. Most likely when things start to get complicated, we bought a house together, we might have a kid together, so things get way more difficult. Now, in my practice, working with people for so many years, I've seen people marrying their childhood sweethearts, like marry somebody they know since their childhood. I had patients that in their 70s, they still struggle with commitment issue. I've seen men that never got married to anybody at 60 something because their mother might be still alive, almost 100, and they still attached to the mother. The mother never cut the umbilical cord, so they can never remove themselves from that mother figure. Anyhow, I've seen so many cases. I don't think you can imagine the variety, the complexity of situation I've been listening through so many years of working with people. And I cannot thank all of you talking to me enough for what I've learned for you and how much I think I've progressed in life by seeing how things can actually unfold in different cases and so many different cases. So I hear all the time question, did I settle too quickly? Am I with the right person? Did I make a mistake marrying this person? I'm in love with two people. I hear this all the time. Which one is the right one? I feel like something is wrong. I don't know what it is. Is it something wrong or is it just my imagination? So I'm giving you questions that I'm hearing on a daily basis. Burning questions, burning questions. So the thing is, whether you're currently married or contemplating entering in a relationship, is crucial to know, to understand exactly the role that your partner plays before you get into that relationship. So don't jump, just allow your reasoning also to step in. Don't go only by chemistry and by the first impression and the physical attraction. There are many other things to be taken into consideration. Now, if you want to be my friend on social media, I really appreciate it. I think that you can join me if you want on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere you can find me. And I would love to guide you, no matter the nature of your concern or your question. And I said the Karma Quiz, which is a guide to relationship, and that underlines also the concept of karma that plays a role in relationship, is my previous book, my last book, Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty to the Seven Archetype. And I'm ready to release a new book very soon, for which I'm very excited. I'll talk to you about this very soon. But coming back to the so-called types of relationship, as I spoke with so many people for so many years, I came to the realization that in life there are some major types of relationship, and I kind of call them the 4 types of relationship. Like every relationship in life serves a purpose to learn a lesson. You may experience one kind of relationship throughout your life, or you may move through the full range of 4 relationships. It's possible to experience all the 4 types of relationship in a lifetime. And it depends on the interaction between faith and free will. You have, of course, free will to be with somebody, free will to separate, but definitely knowing the characteristics of the 4 types of relationship is extremely important. The problem starts when you try to fit a transitory or a compromised relationship into a soulmate. You cannot do that. But in order for me to really get to the bottom of it, I'm going to try to give you, first of all, the names of the 4 types of relationship, and I'm going to then try to define each one of them. And again, feel free to call in and let me know what is your take on this. So there are compromised relationships, there are transitory relationships, there are karmic relationships, and there are a soulmate relationship. This would be the 4 types. Now, we have somebody online. I didn't understand the name exactly. Hi, Julia. Okay, hi, Julia. So, Julia, bear with me 1 second. I'll take a very short break, and then I'll be back with you, and we'll talk to you. So you guys hold on the line. I'll be back in 30 seconds. And I'm back. The show Live Now. And I'm going to talk to Julia, who's a great friend of mine, and she's calling me. Hi, my lovely Julia. How are you, my beautiful?
Hi, my lovely Carmen. I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Excited to speak with you. How's everything?
Yeah, thank you. Everything is well. Everything is fine. Just waiting for the next vacation to come, which is next Monday. So I'm
That's
excited.
good.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I think so. All the time. Tell me something, Carmen. Do you like traveling? Because I haven't seen you traveling like a lot. I always was wondering if you like traveling as much as I do.
I used to like traveling, but under the circumstances of everything that's happening in the world, I really didn't do it that much, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the truth.
Yes, I see.
So, but I would love to go back to traveling if the situation gets. I feel we still not some reason, probably by the fall.
Yes.
Don't you
I
think
hope so
so?
too. Yes.
So how
So
can I help you?
regarding the topic tonight, I wanted to ask you about my sister because she is in a relationship. I'm single. I'm alone. So I was wondering, can I give you the date of birth of her and her boyfriend?
Yeah,
Yeah. So my
her
sister is
and who?
uh,
Her
her
date
boyfriend. Yes.
and the person she's with.
She is born. My sister is born on June 23rd, 1995.
I don't have a pen in front of me, which I always do. This time I don't.
Ah,
So June 23rd. No,
yes.
which year?
1995.
95. So she's influenced by the planet of karma. She's also very determined to win, to succeed in life. She's a very motivated. She's lovely. And she has all kinds of ideas. She's very pretty, your sister. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I found her very good looking, very charming, very charismatic young woman. I think she has a lot of potential to achieve. Is she in a relationship with somebody?
Yeah, she's in a relationship with someone. He's born on 31st of July, July 31st,
Okay.
1990.
Uh, yeah, they see the world with different eyes, but he is very good for her. I mean, he cares about her. And
Really?
does she want to marry him?
I don't know. So they've been together for more than 6 years. They live together, but for me, this type of relationship, when you are together and you don't get married, it seems like death. Doesn't for
Because
me? I
they
don't.
live the world with different eyes, so they have a total different perception about the world. That's where the problem is. They're very different in their understanding of how the way the world works and what's, you know what I mean. So and they can go in contradiction about their plans, their decision about life. So there is where the relationship becomes contradictory. They're not soulmates. This is not, to my opinion, this is not necessarily the best relationship, but they can make it work. And for sure, if they stay for 6 years, there's definitely something going on there. No doubt in my mind, there's definitely something going on. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree here. I mean, I never wanted to see her by his side. I never felt that he's the one, to be honest. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's our kids or our thing or to be with somebody, but definitely I do believe that she's sort of in her heart, she's attached to this man. She got used to him, you know, that getting used
Yeah.
becomes the second nature. So she got used to him.
That's for sure. Right.
If
I don't
you
think they
agree
have any.
with me. So sorry.
I said that I don't think they both have any plan to marry in the next future, so they don't plan on that.
Well, they should because they're not that at that age in which they can afford to stay like this or do nothing, you know.
Yes.
They should seriously consider a relationship together.
Right.
I mean, a
Okay.
relationship that is taken to another level of power, like getting married or at least getting engaged or having a family together. Just simply staying together and doing nothing, you become stuck in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she opens up to you. It's just my feeling. It's like I think she's not opening to you. She's not really telling you what's going on. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Of course, I agree. Yeah, of course, I do. Yeah, she's not.
That she wants to hide. She doesn't think she should share with you some aspects of the relationship where she doesn't feel herself or she doesn't feel fully comfortable. And I think that's where the problem is.
But let me ask you another question. Let me put it this way, because they both have so different. They see the world with different eyes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. These are two people who are from the start having a fully different perspective of life.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where I think becomes their number one problem. That they don't come in alignment, they don't come in agreement. That can be at some point dangerous, because there's a danger to walk away from each other. Now she has a separation in her codification. So if we go by divine code, there is a possibility of a divorce. Now the divorce will certainly be separating from this man. You don't necessarily have to be legally married to sort of separate from somebody. So I personally don't really think this is the guy for her, but if she wants to make it happen, it's her choice.
It's her choice. I see it. Yes, I understand.
Yeah, if she wants to make it happen, she's definitely the one choosing to make it happen.
Yes, I see it. Thank you so much.
Does want to make it happen, definitely it's it's a choice.
It's a choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Thank you so much, Carmen. I appreciate your honest answer and guidance you gave it to me.
And also, I think of yourself, because I know that you looking for somebody. Did you read any of my books? Did you read the Truth About Karma Relationship, the Karma Queens, or did you read the last one, Committed?
But I haven't read it. I just got involved in other actions, and I couldn't find the time to read. But next week I'm planning to read it. But
if you only have time, I'm not necessarily telling you that you have to read, but because of the fact that you are looking for somebody, I highly recommend to understand your own archetype, to see who's your good match, so that when you meet somebody, you have the possibility to analyze him more deeply. Don't go superficial. Go deep into the personality traits of that particular individual, so that you end up by knowing from the start who this man is. Is he going to be good for me or no? And ask yourself, do I see myself 5 years later with this person? Do I see myself 10 years later with this person? Can I build a family? Does this man has what it takes to be a committed person? That's my definition of commitment, matches his definition of commitment. Do we operate on the same level of understanding, the quality of life and the principles of life? And so there are fundamental principles that should always be taken into consideration when you make a step like getting married to somebody, which people usually don't consider, that they just jump into getting married, and many times they regret afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's why I want you to look seriously into who you're going to be with. Consider finding the right person for yourself. The person who's your match at every level of your being. Because I think you will find that person. You didn't find that person yet, in my opinion, but you will find that person.
Okay, thank you for encouraging me. So far, I feel so good with myself that I'm not even looking for anyone. I just feel good with myself.
Sometimes and that. To stay away, to heal, to feel good about yourself, because you marry first you. If you don't marry yourself, nobody will marry you. So we have to commit to ourselves, marry ourselves, be in love with ourselves. So that's why loving yourself is so significant. So practice all of this. And then when you're ready, consider finding the person who's really your true match so that you find your real soulmate. Don't go into a compromise or into something temporary. All right, my lovely Julia. Thank you so much for calling me. I always appreciate your calls.
I appreciate you truly. Bye, Carmen. Bye.
Bye, my love. Bye. So as you can see, guys, we are so eager on the show to help you define your concept of love and find answers, the answer that you're looking for. So if you want to call 951-922-3532, Justin is my wonderful producer. He will be connecting you with me, and you can ask questions. Why not? If you go to a therapist, it's a long wait, costs a lot of money. So this is a free service. It's on the radio. You can give a different name. It doesn't have to be your name if you want to be even more private. But you can at least express your emotions, and I can give you my opinion. And opinion and discussions always count a lot and can help a lot. So let's talk about the relationships, the four major types of relationship that I define in my book, The Karma Queen's Guide to Relationships. So let's see what's in this book. Just very briefly defining you every type of relationship. The first one is consider the karmic relationship. As I talked to you many times on my shows, because one of my first book, actually my first book, was called Everyday Karma. So the karma, the law of the universe, the number one law of the universe is the law of karma, the greatest law of the universe, the foundation of all laws. So contrary to popular belief, this is not a malicious force, karma. It's just the fact that karma is the memory of every thought we have, intention, action, both good and bad. And it has a reputation for repeating itself. That's what karma does. Repetition, something that has happened at a certain moment in time, the First World War. We created something karmic. Consequently, repetition. The Second World War happened, and repetition. The Third World War, the war in Ukraine, that is the catalyst most likely for another global war. So, and most likely all of them happened and started under the energy of five. Five being the house of transit in Kabbalah of death, the fifth dimension, and war. So it's just, is this a coincidence, or is the universe talking to us? The number one law, the number one relationship is the karmic relationship. So that's why I mentioned the concept of karma. And this type of relationship shows that two partners, if you believe in incarnation, they knew them before. I don't know about you, but I personally, when I met my husband and look at him, I knew this is my husband the moment I saw him. And I remember it for a second, one of our lives together. So that meant that, so for the first time in this life, seemed so familiar, and so familiar that 3 weeks later married him. So that was so familiar. So two souls, that went through similar experience in a different time, then they feel close all the way from the beginning. A karmic relationship is very intense. When it's good, a karmic relationship is fabulous. The two people have such an intense feeling for each other. There's a magnetism from the beginning. That person is simply irresistible to you. And the relationship may be prone to arguments as two souls try to find solution. But also there is a deep-seating desire to be sacrificial for your significant other. Now, regardless, of how you feel, the karmic relationship are guaranteed to bring you extraordinary lessons, necessary lessons for the two people that are coming together. with a karmic relationship, there's something very interesting happening. When that karma is settled, the relationship comes to an end because its role has been fulfilled. Sometimes karmic relationship can also be soulmate relationship. That is, my relationship with my husband was karmic, but also soulmate. And I will discuss the soulmate relationship so that you understand the difference. But if you find yourself in a karmic relationship, you have attracted a soul that you knew before. Now, we used to say that whatever you experience, you attract. So if you had whatever kind of experience you had in love, that's the kind of a person you will attract. So if you're attracted somebody who's an alcoholic, the tendency of attracting the same alcoholic is very high. So that's why when somebody comes into your life, try to pinpoint the reason why this person is in your life once again. There must be a reason, something you need to resolve with that person, something that person needs to change in you, or you change in him. Maybe this person hurt you in a past life and now he has an opportunity to correct that. Or maybe you had a family with this person and you needed to reunite again because in that life you couldn't actually have a child, or there was always something missing. Now, as I said, karmic relationships are very passionate, are very tremendously positive sometimes, and you just have to understand the divine nature of the fact and the karmic, the presence of the karma in that situation, the repetition of something that you guys already experienced. And I'm going to go to a short break, and then I'm going to have to take a call in a second. So don't hold on the line, don't hang up, and I'll be with you in a minute. I'll take a very short break. I'm back, KMET Radio, 1490 AM, affiliated to ABC Radio. I am very excited to be with you every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is a calling show, so feel free to call me, 951-922-3532. I'm Dr. Carmen Harra. I'm going to go to one of my callers, Adriana. Hi, my lovely Adriana. Thank you so much for calling me. I really appreciate it.
Hi, Carmen. It's such a nice opportunity. I love your topic of the day. It's my first time listening to your show and my first time calling in. So
oh my God, I'm so excited.
I'm super
Thank
nervous.
you so much.
Yeah.
Where are you calling me from? Which state?
DC.
DC?
Washington.
Yeah, okay, wonderful,
Yeah.
Fabulous. So how can I help you?
So, and by the way, so a Reiki therapist told me a while ago that my relationship with my husband was a karma relationship and was a 9 years relationship. I don't know what that means. Basically, is it after 9 years? Because we've been married for 15 years. So what does that mean?
So a karmic relationship can go for 18 years. A karmic relationship can go for 27 years, can go for a very long time, or it can go forever because, as I said before, a karmic relationship that has also soulmate relationship inside. In other words, it's karmically based. So in other words, you are meant to reconnect because there's something left unresolved from a previous life. But you also happen to be soulmate. So that is an indestructible relationship. So probably that your relationship is karmic and also soulmate, because if you last for so long, how do you get along?
Up and downs. I mean, it's good, and I think the respect and friendship is there. It's like
that's very important. Thing. Do you still have that feeling, that great connection, that amazing love for him is still there? Everything, those emotions are still there.
I guess. I think it's 15 years.
No, let me ask you this: do you see your life without him?
No.
Then this is your person. This is the person to be with. If you don't see your life without that, this is the person to be with. This is the person to stay with. This is the person to celebrate your life with. Definitely, no doubt about it.
So the 9 years karma doesn't mean after 9 years you are kind of like
no, karma can be resolved in 9 years. But because there are other elements that support that relationship, it means the relationship will continue to go on. Now, can you give me your birthday and his birthday? I want to do some calculation. I love doing those. So in other words, based on when you're born, that's your divine code. Your significant other has a divine code. Those codes will show the karmic implication, the compromise aspect, or the soulmate relationship. So let's see what kind of relationship based on that we have here.
Okay, I really hope for that. So I'm born on 16 March 1979, and he's born 3rd August.
Hold on, take it easy because I don't have a pen. I have to calculate it in my head. So 16th of March. If you wait for a second, I grab a pen because it's very hard on me without a pen to calculate all of this. So 1 second. Whenever I need a pen, I don't find a pen. Forget it. So 16th of March?
Yes, 1979.
1979. Hold on. 16th of March, 79.
That's right.
Hold on. Okay. And he is what?
August 3rd, 1964.
Okay. 94?
64.
64. August 3rd. Okay.
August 3, right, 3rd.
64, no?
Yes.
No, relationship is definitely working. Is definitely based on different principles. It's very compatible. Very compatible. You complement each other. You're very good for each other, and you can make a lot of wonderful things. Do you have 2 kids together?
1, but we hope for a second one. It's just for some reason doesn't come up. We think of adoption.
Yeah, you are meant to have kids together. I think this is gonna work. I think this is way more than just a karmic relationship that has. Who told? Was it me telling you that this is karmic? Did you speak with me before?
No. It was Andrei Diacono. I don't know if you know him from.
What's his name?
Andrei Diacono.
Okay, well, I want to tell you something. I don't know where the karma is. I mean, to me, this is more like a complementary, more like a soulmate than a karmic relationship. I have a hard time seeing the karma here. Where is it? I'm just trying to figure it out. I know I don't have a pen to calculate all the, but I have a feeling that this is more soulmate as it is karmic. So I don't see ending. This I see continuing in a very good way. I actually think that you guys can achieve a lot of things together, and you have a great connection. This is very good.
Thank you. This is better than I expected. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is very good. No, there's no separation here. But I try to figure it out, the karmic implication, where it's coming, but it's not in the codification. I don't know how he came up with this. I'm not necessarily trying to contradict him, but based on the way I know how to make this calculation, I don't see necessarily that you are brought together to solve something and then to separate, to resolve something and to separate. You understand? You are brought together to stay together.
That's nice. That's great. Thank you so much, Carmen. Okay.
I'm glad that you called. I'm so excited.
Me too. Okay.
I'm really excited that you called me. Anything else I can help you with, or this was it?
Actually, we have a 7 p.m. tonight. It's a private thing, so I'll bring the rest.
Okay. All right, my love. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for calling me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, my dear. Yeah, and so, sometimes we can make a little bit of a mistake in understanding relationship. It's very complex. The reality is that everybody has their own way of interpreting things. And I always blend the psychology with the ancient teachings. So I'm always coming with different avenues to make people see the connection that they have. But my philosophy is that if we look at relationships, so I talk about karmic relationship. Another relationship that I want to tell you about is the compromise relationship. The most common type of relationship of all four and all types of relationship is the compromise. When two people come together because they want to support each other, they come with some kind of an agreement of comfort, financial stability. A lot of women are telling me, I want to be taken care of. I just want somebody who pays my bill. I want somebody who keeps me home. I want somebody who has enough money to offer me a great life, giving me a big house. And so we marry many times for some different reason than the reason of just pure love. And many relationships in the past were just compromise. Arrangement marriage, so many. They were like the marriages that everybody talking 100 years ago, 200 years ago, people come, and even nowadays, so people marry because there's something, an arrangement. People share just the house, kids, and they feel sort of obligated to stay together. They sort of settle for each other. Now, relationship based on a compromise, they always keep us stuck. We're stuck in what is considered a comfort zone. And we love to be in the comfort zone. One of the reasons we're afraid of change because we don't want to get out of the comfort zone, but change sometimes is so necessary. So that's why people stay in a relationship when they're very unhappy for a very long time because they don't want to leave the comfort zone. So being in a compromise relationship can become downright boring. Very boring, because most people, a majority of people in compromise, they try to look for love for somewhere else. They look for excitement, for romance with other people. But they have a marriage and they try to honor the commitment to that marriage. But on the side, they have somebody they genuinely love. And that's becoming difficult. And that's karmically wrong, by the way. At the end, half of this relationship result in a divorce or in a separation, because the comfort can compare with having a genuine connection. So in my practice, I've heard many patients declare that their spouse is a great parent, a great provider, but their relationship, they don't feel fulfilled, they don't feel love. And the biggest problem in compromised relationship comes because both partners at the end, they may agree they're not satisfied. So this type of a relationship can be difficult, but this is definitely the relationships that are compromised. There are some elements in a compromised relationship that are called complementary. When people generating income together, they buying properties together, they raise a family in a lot of harmony, but they follow a specific role of the success of the couple's mutual goals. So all those relationships based on arrangement, there's a free will, whether to remain together or to separate. So those two people are in agreement, in alignment, whether to stay or to leave. If you find yourself in a compromised relationship, it's your decision if you want to stay. If you crave the love that will nourish you deeply and wholly, then you owe it to yourself to seek that person. And then you have to have the strength to leave the compromise away and find that unconditional and true, genuine, authentic love. And again, it's your choice. But you have to make sure you know what you're doing. You have to make sure you separate one from another. Now, the third type of relationship is called transitory. It happens all the time. Let's say you go through a divorce and all of a sudden you you find yourself, you know what I mean, sort of desperate and alone, and you want to be with somebody. So the first situation that happens after a divorce usually is a transition to something else. A transitory acts like a bridge between two phases in your life, two phases of evolution. A transitory relationship can turn a girl into a woman, allowing her to learn about love. A transitory relationship may help you cope with the loss, may help you cope with losing your husband, or may help you cope with a divorce until you heal and you're ready to embark on a new long-lasting love. Transitory relationships are marked by attraction, sexual chemistry, excitement, adventure. They lack usually commitment. You know, in a transitory relationship, when you see that your partner doesn't really want to commit, when you realize that your partner doesn't really want to settle down with you, he's just having fun with you and primarily nothing else. So relationships often start when a person is feeling vulnerable, and this kind of a relationship, as the time goes by, as you evolve, you usually realize that the relationship fizzles out and you're leaving the relationship behind and you just want to walk away from it. And it's usually on both sides. So both partners, when they say, I guess I'm done, it's over. So these are the transitory relationships. The fourth type of relationship are soulmate. And here is probably the real relationship that fosters unconditional love, the unique bond that is deeper than physical and emotional level. Soulmate is by far the most intense, the most powerful relationship. Is the two people that finish each other's sentences. They are the best friends. They have the same mentality, the mentality of the two of us against the world. So soulmates have found each other. Like they're two pieces of a puzzle fitting together. A soulmate can wait to come home to each other, and they're able to resolve any issues easily. They are inseparable, and a relationship like this is unbreakable. It's pretty remarkable. If you find yourself in a soulmate relationship, congratulations. This is the purest and the highest type of relationship. Be proud, because many people wish this in their heart to find a soulmate. So this was the show for today. I'm Carmen Harra on KMET, affiliated to ABC Radio. I'm so excited to be with you every Friday. I'll be with you next week. Until then, have a blessed weekend and celebrate. Life is so beautiful. Thank you for listening.
You have been listening to Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra, heard every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And don't forget to check out the show's programmer podcast on the KMET Radio website.